Football League. Welcome to Seahawks Press Pass. Here's the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, Pete Carroll.
Big week for us to get back on track. Entering in the division now, first chance for us, and we know how how exciting these matchups have been and how tough they've been. And so we got to get our game right. We got to get ready to go on the road and do a really nice job. So our guys are determined to do that, and it'll all start with the walkthrough just now and practice coming up. I expect we'll jump right at a competition Wednesday day. That'll be a really good one, and get us on the track we want to go on. We will miss a couple of guys in this game. Again, Zach and Max won't make it back at this time, so we'll keep working those guys, see how long it's going to take to get them there, so it'll be tough. It's tough for those guys. They're dying that they can't contribute and get back out with us. So, but we'll keep moving forward and see if we can put together a heck of a game plan and get ready to roll.
What about Bobby?
He's really sore, and it looks like it's going to be a while for him.
Were you referring to Myron or to Max Unger for this game?
Unger.
And Myron's status?
He's made a big jump, and we'll see. We're going day to day with him and see what happens. And it's an unusual strain that he has, but he has shocked the guys that he's back as quickly as he is to this point. So we don't know what that means, by the weekend. So we'll have to wait and see.
When you say it's going to be a bit with Wagner, would that mean weeks probably? Or?
Probably.
Is it a surgery possibility for him?
Pete, there's a lot of interest in the Australian rugby player Jared Payne. What's his status for you guys? What do you think of him? I mean, there's been a lot of talk about him.
Our scout down under has been on this for some time now, and he's an incredible athlete and a great competitor, which kind of stuff we kind of like. We'll see where it goes. I'm afraid to mention anything because I'm not sure of the rights here and things like that, and I don't know about the contract issues down there. So we'll leave that one up to John to figure that out.
When he visited here a few weeks ago, was he just seeking advice, having conversations?
Well, I think you better talk to him about that.
Michael Best from Channel 9 Australia. How do you see him, from what you've seen, what sort of position do you think could he play, and how do you think he'd make the transition to the NFL potentially?
I don't think I'm able to talk about him. As far as I know, because we couldn't talk about another player on another team. We just want to make sure we don't mess it up. So as soon as we're free and I know what the rulings are, I'll give you some scoop on it, okay? But it's a pretty exciting thought anyway. It's an exciting thought. I've always thought it would be really cool to recruit down there and all that, and because there's some great players and it's a great game and it's a very physical, demanding game, and those guys have all the same kind of stuff that we're looking for in our guys. So, but I still general on if it's okay.
His athleticism, could you speak on that generally from what you said?
In America, the Rams have always played you guys tough. What are the sort of things that they do
They're a really aggressive team. Jeff has always coached a really physical team and an aggressive style of play, and they've always been tough on us when we go there, and here too. We're expecting the same. They're loaded with speed. They've got a really young and the youngest football team in the league, but they're loaded with a bunch of guys that can fly in a lot of positions, and it really shows up on special teams where they have such great athleticism there, returners, but all along, all across the board. So, and they always are an aggressive, disruptive type of team. That's how they play.
What have you seen from Austin Davis to this point?
He's done very well. I think maybe he surprised them some, and he's been very efficient and done a nice job with 7 touchdowns and 4 picks and almost 64% completion. He's got good numbers and he's throwing a lot of different stuff. He's a pretty good athlete too. He runs well, so he can stay out of trouble. So when you mix it with their running game, which is a very elaborate running game, he's done some nice stuff. I'm sure that they're excited that he's done well so far.
Pete, when you look at some of the issues on third down offensively, do you see the bigger problem being on execution on third down, or kind of what you guys haven't been able to do on first and second down?
No, it's always harder on those third and longs. And we've had our share of penalties that have forced those issues, and we've been behind the sticks some there. But we're always going to keep looking towards the execution part of it and getting the ball to the right guys at the right time and stuff like that, and see if we can. We need to pick up some momentum there. We don't have that right now. I think we're not on it yet, and it took us till the second half of last year, I think, before we got going. And I hate to think we have to wait that long, but we're not on it right now, and we just need to be better. And that's really on both sides of the ball. We're not as good as we expect to be.
When you're not able to sustain drives and kind of get in a rhythm, what's the, I guess, ripple effect of that? I'm guessing it's probably pretty big all over.
Well, I know that you guys aren't always wanting to hear the answers to this question in this manner, but it's all connected. How we play on defense and how we're running the football and how we're converting on third down on both sides of the ball has a lot to say about what happens. And just a little bit of stats here. In the games that we've won, we've almost averaged 37 carries a game. And the passing has been between like 26, 28, somewhere in there, And in the games that we've lost, we've passed the ball about 25, 28 times right in there too, but we've run it way, way less. And you can see where we're losing our attempts is there because we're not converting. Or we got 3 plays in the second quarter. Those kinds of quarters can take the ball out of the offense's hands. So it's not an alarming situation to me. It's just unfortunate that we've had to suffer through two tough losses that way, and the games have gone in kind of the same pattern. We need to keep that from happening and not let the game go that way. It's not just a question of calling more runs, though. We have to make our first down. So it really is connected, and we have to play better across the board to stay out of those situations.
Who steps in? Who steps in at middle linebacker with Bobby out?
Well, KJ's always the guy that's always been ready to do that, and so you'd see KJ and Malcolm and Bruce play.
Not that you want to obviously lose a player like Bobby away here, but the depth you have, the positions might help.
We're so fortunate to have those guys, because Malcolm is a legitimate starter in our team, and as Bruce has really come back raring to go and is playing good football. KJ is one of our favorite guys because of all of the versatility that he has. So we maintain leadership, and a voice in the huddle. So we're very fortunate that we have this depth, and Kenny's done a great job to keep these guys all rotating, so that in the event that you have to do something, we have a really classy guy stepping in that really knows what he's doing. we feel good about the guys that back up those guys too. So we're in okay shape with this position. We hate to lose Bobby. He's been a great player for us and a great leader, and been a big factor in everything that we've done. He's a tremendous football player, and so you never get all that back. But we're fortunate that we're able to make the move as we can here.
When Seahawks Press Pass continues, we'll hear more from head coach Pete Carroll.
We don't have any recommitment. We've not changed one iota about what we think or feel is the right thing to do.
Seahawks Press Pass is presented by Verizon. Stream more live games than ever before with NFL Mobile, exclusively from Verizon.